If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next one.
And the feeling I got was that I was being watched. It was a lady girl, and I felt like a servant, like she was like a servant, like in kitchenware.
Oh yes, you don't believe in things like that, do you? You don't get spooked or anything. And when she said to me, I want you to see what you feel, because we're disappointed now because it's locked.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to part 2 of the Haunted Mansion video that I was shooting the other day. I didn't get time to do the printing in the edit. I got pretty tired after the whole day shooting and then all the developing and stuff, so I thought I'd make it in 2 parts, so this time I can just concentrate. The doors just closed on me. So I'm in a dark room, and hopefully we're going to come out with some nice prints. I've already been dabbling a little bit with some test strips and having a look at the negs and stuff. And there's one thing that I've got. The warm tone paper. This is all the paper that I've got left, and there's only 3 sheets. So some printing session this is going to be. And I want to make 3 photographs. I've chosen 3 negatives that I want to shoot, that I want to print, and I haven't even got a sheet of paper for a contact print, so that's going to be fun as well. But then I suppose I've only got 3 sheets. I best make the most of it, and I best make a decent print on each one. So I've already done a little bit of testing, and I wasted 2 sheets. I had 5 sheets left. I've done a little bit of testing, but hopefully we can get 3 decent prints on these sheets. So yeah, Ilford warm tone paper. So I've already done a print which is sitting behind me, you can see here, and I've done a couple of little tiny tests, and I'll show you how I did that. But I do need to reprint this one because I could just do with burning in the window that wasn't there in the background, and also underneath the stairs. I'm not going to go as far as flashing or fogging the paper. It is quite burned out in the background, but I'm going to see what I can do with burning it in even more. So that's one print that I want to do. The other print is this one here. This is a scanned image of the photograph that I took, and not a very good scanned image either by any way, but this is another one that I want to print. Now this one's kind of overexposed, but I'm going to hopefully try and bring it back, albeit it's going to be a contrasty print, but I don't mind that. That's what I'm after, so that's pretty cool on my side. And the other print that I want to do is the spooky cellar. You remember the lady talking about the cellar and stuff? Well, I've had a look already under the enlarger, and I can't see anything going on down there, but I'm going to make a print anyway. And like I said, I've only got 1 piece of paper. I've already done my tests on all of the photographs, so I roughly know what my timings are. So let's get on and show you what I'm going to be doing. So I'll just show you the negatives on my homemade light box here, which is just a torch underneath a sandwich box. Anyway, that's the stairway there. That's the print that I do like. That's the one sitting on the wall now, and you can see the outside is really blown out. And luckily we've got this little tree here as well, which kind of indicates that it's a window, if you like, and I can see outside. So this little tree is where I'm going to hopefully try and get some life into. And also the tricky part was just here, the light coming from underneath these stairs, that was quite blown out in the print as well. So I'm going to be working on that. So that's one print. There's the other ones there. That's the chair, and so forth. But anyway, let's have a look at the next one. This is the next one, which I quite liked. You see the archway I was talking about, where the arch leads into an arch, and the beams going across the ceiling that's not there. Yeah, quite like that photograph. So that's the second one I'm going to shoot, print. George, will you shut up? Sorry about that. And this one here was the spooky cellar, and you can see this is really dark. So I've already done a quick test on this one as well, so that's the third one we're going to print. The other ones were quite nice, and at some point I may decide to print some of them. I don't know, quite contrasty. This one's overexposed, you can see, but we've got detail in it, and this one, and that one as well. So here's the stairs. This is the initial test print. This is my second test print, and this was a print that I made hoping it would be right, but I need to do a reprint on this. So one of those 3 sheets of paper is going to be redoing this print. So this is the test strip that I made using my little test machine here. This is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and 18 seconds. As you can see here, I've got 3, 6, 9, blah blah blah. You can see 3, 6, 9, 12. So I decided to, I thought 12 looked best for me. I thought this looked a bit too lacking contrast, didn't lack enough punch. So I decided to go for 12 seconds, and that's when I did this print here. But I ended up doing it at 13 seconds just to throw a bit more black into it. And it kind of worked out alright, but I knew that the tree in the window was going to give me a slight problem. So I went for an overall print here, and this was 13 seconds in total. And then what I did is I burned in the window area around here just to try and make this tree pop. I think that was about 20 seconds. And the same again here. I just started to burn this little tiny bit in here, and I didn't want to blacken this stair rail either, so it was a little bit tricky. And then what I did afterwards, I just used my dodge tool under the enlarger and just kind of vignetted around the edges very slightly, because I want the viewer to look at the stairs leading to the window. That's kind of like the focal point here. You can see it going through. That's the intention of the photograph. So, but I need to do a reprint of that. So let's get on with that now. And you'll notice what I've also done. This is the 10 by 8 piece of paper, and I've come in just slightly. It's not cropped. It's just I've just zoomed in slightly so it fits nicely onto the paper. And what you see here, this is the rebate of the negative that I've allowed to be seen, so it kind of shows that there's no cropping involved whatsoever. That's the rebate from the negative, and I've done that by filing the negative carrier. It's the only negative carrier I've got, and I filed it down. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, but I did, so I could find one online, I suppose, or if anyone's got one lying around, let me know. Okay, so let's put the first picture into the negative carrier. It's going to go upside down, obviously, emulsion side, glossy side up, emulsion side down, and I've got to make sure that the rebate is just tucked so I can see it when I put it on the enlarger. It's a little bit tricky where I've filed the carrier. Let's pop that into the enlarger. And have a look on the baseboard, see what it looks like. Let's just do a quick focus check, make sure I'm in focus. I'm looking at the brickwork. That's good enough for me. Okay, so I haven't got no paper to play around with, so I'm going to have to make this one work for me. So I know that the print was 13 seconds overall on the projection, and then I need to burn this area in, this window area. I'm going to be quite harsh with that, and to do that I've cut out this piece of card with a little tiny window there, which I don't know if you can see, but just kind of matches, little mask matches that window area, and then the same mask kind of works on this little highlight here. So I have to probably, I think I did 20 odd seconds earlier on when I did it, or last night when I did it, so I'm going to probably go a bit crazy on this and wing it. Hopefully it'll come out alright. Let's have a go. Okay, so let's do the first 13 seconds. The lenses at f11, so let's go. Okay, that's that done. Now I need to use my little mask, and I'm not going to put the timer on. Actually I will put the timer on. I'm going to put it on for 40 seconds. 45, I'm going to go 45, see what happens. It's the only bit of paper I've got, so for this print, you can see hopefully you can see I'm just burning that window in. I want to really try and get the tree popping out if I can, and I'm just moving my mask around very slowly so it doesn't look too harsh, so it kind of blends around the area. Just up here a bit, I noticed it needed a little bit as well. Just close in now. Okay, there you go. And the last part is this area down here, which is a little bit more tricky. So I'll try and... there it is there. That should be about enough there, I think. Try not to burn that handrail in too much. And the last part, which is what I do freehand, I just use this this dodge tool, and I'll just bounce it underneath the lens just so I can just start vignetting around the edges slightly. So I'll start off underneath the lens. Now I'll just start bouncing. Obviously I don't want to cover the stairs too much, just at the bottom as it just creeps up. And we'll try that. So that's the projection done. I can't do another one because I've only got 2 pieces of paper left, so hopefully I've nailed it. If not, I'll have to wait until I get more paper. If I get more paper. If my wife lets me buy any more paper, I should say. I'm sure it'll be fine. It is what it is, that's the way I always say. You know, I'm not selling these prints, I'm just trying to learn and do the best I can in a darkroom. And if I do get a decent one, oh wow, I've got some light leaking going on this one. And if I do get a decent print, I can put it up indoors for myself. Don't know what happened at the top of the paper there. I think some light leaked underneath it, maybe. Seems like the tree's been burned in a bit more, but I'll only tell when I stop and fix. Okay, let's put it in the stop and the fixer. To the stop bath, wash my tongs. And over into the fixer. And all the excess drain off. Okay, that's all fixed now. Put it in my washing. Only a resin print, doesn't need a great deal of washing, so wait for it to So the next one I'm going to work on is the spooky cellar, and here it is here. This is the test strip that I did for it, again at 3 seconds at f11 on the enlarger lens. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, blah blah blah, and I decided to go for 9 seconds here. I just thought anything more than that was just going to get too dark. I had no detail, it was too black, but I've got detail here. Now I know that the light was coming in on the right hand side, so I may have to do a little tiny bit of dodging on the left side, but I'll have a quick look at the neg on the enlarger and see what I have to do. But 9 seconds, 3, 6, 9 seconds looks about right, and then I did a second test strip here at 9 seconds, and I've got detail in quite a lot of it, and most importantly the little tiny door at the back there which has got light coming through, so that's quite interesting. So yeah, one sheet of paper, I can't afford to waste. Well, I've only got 2 sheets left and I want to make 2 prints, so I'm going to wing this one at 9 seconds and see how it comes out. Okay, so I've just positioned the negative in the enlarger and I've positioned the carrier to where I want it, and I'm just losing detail here where it's got a bit dark, so I may just dodge this area very slightly as I'm projecting it. So it's 9 seconds, so just maybe 2 seconds, just bring my dodge tool in like this and just hit that area like so for a couple of seconds. One sheet of paper, so right, set 9 seconds on the timer. Out comes the gold dust paper. One, two. Feels a bit strange that I can't do any testing, but let's put it in the developer. Hopefully it's come out alright. Doesn't look as black. Don't think I should have done that 2 seconds. I could put it back under, but yeah, it's a shame that I did that for 2 seconds. It was just a hunch. Shouldn't have done it. Should have left it dark. I might put it back under the easel. I'm going to put it back under the easel. Crazy idea, but I'm going to put it back under the enlarger. Just see what happens. Okay, I've just put it back on the easel under the enlarger. I don't know what will happen now. Just to try and blacken that area in. I don't think I'm going to cut it. I can't even see if it looks any darker at all, but alright, let's stop and fix, we'll have a look. And so this is the last print I'm going to do. I quite like the photograph. Hopefully it'll come out alright. This was the test strip and you can see it's overexposed. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And so I'm looking at 18, and then I did this very small test strip. Like I said, I was out of paper, so I had to be very sparingly. And I did this one at 40 seconds. So and I've got some nice contrast in here, but unfortunately I can't see the rest of the rest of the photograph. So I'm going to go 45 seconds overall, and hopefully it will come out all right. Let's see what happens. So this is upside down at the moment, and you can see it's overexposed, and I'm going to hit it for 45 seconds, and then afterwards I'm going to use that little tiny mask, that square mask that I used on the first photograph, just to burn in these areas, which is the sky. The sky was blue, but you can see it's just going to be pure white when it comes out on the paper. I could pre-flash the paper, but I haven't got enough to play around with, so I'm just going to try and burn this in a little tiny bit and see what happens. And here, and also the window area here. I don't think nothing's going to happen. I think if I burn too much, the paper's just going to go muddy and foggy. But you know, we'll have a go and see what happens. Oh, my last piece of paper. In she goes. I had to clean this easel, by the way, off camera. I had to give it a good soak in with water to get all the developer off from that last photograph. Okay, 45 seconds. Where's that little tool? There it is there. Let's have a play around with this, see what we can do. So this is 45 seconds. I'm just going to waft the paper, just because it's a long exposure. I don't want any hairs or bits of dust falling off onto the paper. Give me problems. So just a little waft will take it away. That's half a minute. Okay, let's now work on those the building areas. The glass areas now, so let's come down to that one there. Just burn that in a bit more. Is that one done? This one here, I don't think it's going to do much at all, actually, really. And the top bit, you can just see that. Let's just leave that on there for a while. It's not going to do anything to it. Let's pull it off, and I'm going to vignette the shit out of this one with my little tool. This one here, just around the edges, because it's overexposed. So just maybe give it a bit more effect. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Okay, that'll do. Okay, development time. I've not got a clue what this one's going to come out like, but that's the fun of having a darkroom and playing around with dodging and burning. I think I've killed it, actually. darkroom session finished now, and I've got my prints here in front of me. I'm quite happy with them, really. I enjoyed the shoot. I certainly had a nice relaxing time taking the video and also shooting the photographs as well, and it was quite enjoyable to get in the darkroom. I went in there last night and did these test prints, and you know, had a bit of music playing, had no video cameras rolling at all, and it was quite nice just to sit there and do a little bit of printing without the video cameras. But I ran out of paper, so I only had 3 sheets left to play with, but I'll just show you these prints anyway. So this was the first one that I did yesterday, the stairs. I'm really happy with this print. It had some lovely light coming through. I just couldn't control the highlight there at the top, although I did try on the second print. I burned it in even longer just to really try and get that tree involved as well, and I did slightly, but not as much as I'd have liked, but it doesn't ruin the photograph for me, so I'm quite happy with this one. And that's also on my Instagram page as well, this picture. And this was the third print that I liked. I just liked it for the contours and the archways and stuff, but really I could have worked on this print a little bit more with some if I had some more paper, I could have done a little bit more with this print, particularly you can't see the arches on there, so a little bit of dodging, I suppose, around that area. But you know, it is again what it is. It's a photograph. Again, I quite like it. It was overexposed, but I managed to put it back a little tiny bit in the development side. But like I said, if I had more paper, then I could have worked on that a little bit more, which I probably will do when you know. That's a good thing about shooting film. I'm going to keep the negatives in the folder. If one day I decide to go back and start playing around with these images again, then I will. So, but other than that, on to new projects and on to new things. You know, every time I go out and shoot film, and every time that I go in the darkroom or develop, I'm always learning. It's something I'm always making mistakes, and I'm always learning from it. So you know, and a good thing about videoing it is that I can look back on some of my videos and go, oh, okay, that's how I did it, or that's what I did, and blah blah blah. And hopefully you guys are learning at the same time as I am. So it's all good fun. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the first video. I hope you liked the printing session, which was the second part. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done. Please like the video and share it and all that stuff. And also get onto my Patreon page as well. I've got some information on there and some stuff, some blogs and some posts that I've been putting up, and some unseen videos as well. Also on my Instagram, I'll be putting these on my Instagram as well for you guys to see at your own leisure. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for your support, and I'll catch you next time.